Hello and welcome to the channel. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has exposed the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu that he plans to escape the country after the completion of collation of results. Obasanjo, in a statement put out by his press officer, told President Buhari to act now as regards the many irregularities that has trailed the election before the INEC chairman finally escapes. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. INEC chairman may sneak out of Nigeria. You cannot say it is not your fault, Obasanjo tells Buhari. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has urged President Muhammadu Buhari to take all necessary steps to keep his pledge to hold free and fair elections in Nigeria. This call was mentioned in a widely circulated statement that the former president allegedly issued and signed on Monday night. Obasanjo urged the head of the Independent National Electoral Commission to swiftly address these problems and hold new elections in areas where there have been allegations of beavers manipulation in response to the apparent incoherent election results and the purported irregularities that marred the polls in some states and caused unrest in the nation. President Muhammadu Buhari was addressed by Obasanjo, who claimed that the president could no longer invoke INEC's responsibility as a defense because the outcome had already been decided. Part of the statement reads as follows: If the chairman can delay polls for 4 days before the election, he can take all necessary steps to correct the mistakes of the previous 2 days. Without beavers, no results will be acceptable, and without uploading through a server, no results will be acceptable. May your plans and hopes for leaving a heritage of free, fair, transparent, and credible elections come true, Mr. President. Please, Mr. President, don't let anyone tell you that it is irrelevant or that INEC is to blame for the issue. Under no circumstances should you be seen to be a part of the compromise or collaboration. It will be both your issue and the problem of the country once the die is cast. The INEC chairman could smuggle himself out of the nation or retreat to his ivory tower. Your Excellency, thank you for hearing me. Furthermore, he encouraged Nigerians to be patient and to maintain their composure until the wrong was made right. Meanwhile, the President, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, and President-elect Bola Tinubu on Wednesday asked the People's Democratic Party and the Labour Party not to resort to violence but approach the court to seek redress over their claims that Saturday's presidential election was marred by rigging. The opposition parties out during the collation of results called for the cancellation of the election and also asked the Independent National Electoral Commission chairman Mahmoud Yakubu to step down from his position over claims that the election was rigged in favor of the ruling party. But reacting to the claims in a statement on Wednesday, the president asked the opposition party to approach the court and prove their case. If any candidate believes they can prove the fraud they claim is committed against them, then bring forward the evidence. If they cannot, then we must conclude that the election was indeed the people's will, no matter how hard that may be for the losers to accept. If they feel the need to challenge, please take it to the courts, not to the streets. However, to do the latter means they are not doing it in the interest of the people, but rather to inflame, to put people in harm's way, and all for personal, selfish gains. After a degree of polarization that necessarily accompanies any election, it is now time to come together and act responsibly. I call on all candidates to remember the peace pledge they signed just days before the election. Do not undermine the credibility of INEC. Let us now move forward as one. The people have spoken, Buhari said in a statement signed by his spokesman, Garba Shehu. Also, the president-elect urged his rivals during the poll not to resort to violence but seek redress through courts. Political competition must now give way to political conciliation on inclusive governance. During the election, you may have been my opponent, but you were never my enemy. In my heart, you are my brothers. Still, I know some candidates will be hard put to accept the election results. It is your right to seek legal recourse. What is neither right nor defensible is for anybody to resort to violence. Any challenge to the electoral outcome should be made in a court of law and not in the streets. I also ask my supporters to let peace reign and tensions fade. We ran a principled, peaceful, and progressive campaign. The aftermath of our campaign must be as benign. Yes, there are divisions amongst us that should not exist. Many people are uncertain, hungry, and hurt. I reach out to every one of you. Let the better aspects of our humanity step forward at this fateful moment. Let us begin to heal and bring calm to our nation, Tinubu said in his acceptance speech. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Also, turn the notification bell on. Thank you. President Muhammadu Buhari has congratulated the winner of the 2023 presidential election and candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Bola Tinubu. Reacting to Tinubu's victory in a statement by spokesman Garba Shehu on Wednesday, Buhari said, "I congratulate His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu on his victory. Elected by the people, he is the best person for the job. I shall now work with him and his team to ensure an orderly handover of power." The election was Africa's largest democratic exercise in a region that has undergone backsliding and military coups in recent years. This election demonstrates democracy's continued relevance and capability to deliver for the people it serves. Within Nigeria, the results reveal democracy's ripening in our country. Never has the electoral map shifted so drastically in one cycle. In the presidential elections, states in all regions across the nation changed color. Some amongst you may have noticed my home state amongst them. The winning candidate did not carry his own home state either. That happens during a competitive election. Votes and those that cast them cannot be taken for granted. Each must be earned. Competition is good for our democracy. There is no doubt the people's decision has been rendered in the results we look at today. That is not to say the exercise was without fault. For instance, there were technical problems with electronic transmissions of the results. Of course, there will be areas that need work to bring further transparency and credibility to the voting procedure. However, none of the issues registered represent a challenge to the freeness and fairness of the elections. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.